Hi, my name is James Ebo-White, or everyone calls me Uncle Ebo-White. You know, what you'll be 5 years from now depends on only two things: the books you read and the people you meet. On Personality Profile, you meet the kind of people you need to meet to make your transition to your greatness. You want a program that would help you, inspire you, motivate you. Why bother to turn to other channels? Just stay here on Personality Profile and you get all the inspiration you need.
Yeah, you can be the greatest, you can be the best, you can be the King Kong banging on your chest. You can beat the world, you can beat the war, you can talk the
You're live on Joy 99.7 FM. This is Personality Profile on your superstation. My name is Lexus Bill, and today is a very special show. Yes, it's not coming to you from 355 Fanofa Street where I set up my studio today. I've set up my studio all the way 3,000 miles away from home here in the UK because I am spending time with a very special man, a servant of the land that you would love to know a lot about. He's got a lot to share, and I'm sure you're ready to roll. I'm Lexus Bill. Welcome to Personality Profile. Chairman, welcome to Personality Profile.
Thank you very much.
I'm so elated to be here in your office. I'm still getting used to the weather outside. I think it's fair in here. But how are you doing?
Oh, I'm fine by the grace of God. And I must say, you also look good.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah. I'm excited to be here today. Do you miss home yet?
Oh, well, yes, of course. I miss home. Haven't spent all my life in Ghana, certainly.
Yeah.
I miss home. But these days, you get to know what is happening at home.
Yeah.
I always say that because of the social media and global communication, sometimes those who want to know about home will know more about home than those who are at home.
Who are at home, I know.
Yes.
Okay, so I've witnessed firsthand the immense support you lend out to the Ghanaian community, especially in the area of arts and entertainment. I saw you at the Ghana Music Awards UK, and I'm sure you had a good time.
Well, yes, it was a good time, except that, I kind of felt lost. It's a long time since I was in the midst, of such noise and enthusiasm. And I just remembered my young days.
I can imagine.
Yes. But it was a great event.
Days,
No, but it was a great event. I mean, and I must really commend the organizers. I mean, there are young people doing fantastic things, for our country.
Yeah.
I always say that our human resource does not reflect on the state of our country. All right? If you look at our human resource as Ghanaians, and you look at the state of the country, you just wonder, where is the disconnect? Because if the human resource, the capacity, is commensurate with the state of our country, and our country will not be what it is. It will be farther and higher. So it poses a challenge to all of us. Particularly the young generation, because I say that, for the young generation, you are global citizens. All right? I mean, for those of us, we didn't grow up in computer age. We didn't grow up with Netflix and, Facebook and everything. So the challenge is great. It's great. But I must say that we are measuring up. Yes.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed the event. I need to say the event was supported by Joy Entertainment. The team at Joy made sure that we pulled it off together with organizers of the Ghana Music Awards UK. And seeing that we've successfully executed this, we're hoping that with the help and collaboration, we can do a lot more events here for the people of Ghana who are
here. I have said that, cultural diplomacy is key, all right? And music also depicts a culture. I mean, can you imagine a small country like Jamaica, would say 6 million? Their music is global, all right? Reggae. I mean, yes. So I've said, yes, let's promote a lot of music, but let the authentic Ghanaian high life beat feature.
Yes.
So that, I mean, you hear reggae, the person singing, you may assume that the person is Jamaican. Until recently, Jamaican. So let our music reflect Ghana.
I totally agree with you on that.
Yes,
I
yes,
agree
yes.
with you. But let's talk about your work as the High Commissioner. It must be a very arduous one. But tell us the details.
I mean, I say that because of my background, in public service, the work of the High Commissioner is not too stressful, even though I dare say that in London, when you are a High Commissioner, yes, it's one of the most stressful ambassadorial positions you may have. But, well, I mean, you represent your country and the president, and you also serve as liaison between your country's residents here and back home. But here, the aspect that is very challenging is consular duties. That's how come you saw me at the Music Awards.
Okay,
that's part of our consular engagement with the Ghanaian community. And in UK, the Ghanaian community is probably the best organized and the most vocal all over the world.
Wow.
It's closely knit, and I tell people that you come to the United Kingdom and even London, don't be surprised that almost every Ghanaian will have a member of the extended family here.
In here.
Yeah, so it tells you, it's a microcosm of Ghana. So the consular work is what you need to engage. You let them know that you are there for them. So we attend these functions regularly. I may not personally attend a function, but you have an officer attend. We attend funerals. You attend funerals. You will attend church services. And we've been invited to Dublin probably sometime next month because they're going to have the first black African woman bishop. So they said, no, the High Commissioner, you should try and be present. And of course now diaspora relations is very high on the foreign policy agenda. So for me, this engagement is very, very, very crucial. And it's also very challenging. I mean, I look at the Ghanaian community, particularly the Ghanaians who are born here. You realize that sometimes they are lost in the sense that growing up in Britain, you may think that your mindset is British, is whatever, but you realize that really, sometimes it gets to a time it's as if it makes you feel that you don't belong. All right, and so it's important that we hold fast to our values, our identity. That makes us different. So whilst we are prospering in the UK, we don't lose our Ghanaian identity. And I say this of the Indians and the Chinese who are, we have Indians who have been here for 3 generations, but no, they are completely British. But the values, the positive values of India is still with them, their home, their upbringing, their way of life. And that is what I'm now trying to encourage Ghanaians to hold on to. Yes. In bringing up your children. If you leave them, they get lost. They'll have an identity crisis. That's how you find them involved in all sorts of things. And now the challenge is that, many people come here, they want to make money and build mansions in Ghana. So I'm trying to change the mindset. Look, that should not be your priority. Your priority is raising up children, well, making an impact in British society and also having an impact back home. So
good stuff. Let's talk about the relationship between Ghana and the UK over the years. How has it evolved? I mean, considering that we have a very sensitive history.
I would say that, as for our partners, in terms of UK is number one. There's no doubt.
Okay.
Of course, we are, because of the Commonwealth, we are part of the UK. And I mean, as I said, you have Ghanaians here.
Yeah.
So many of them. You meet Ghanaians. You meet people with Ghanaian names, and I always tell this joke. You meet them. Oh, you must be Ghanaian, sir. Well, not exactly. I'm British. My mother, my parents are Ghanaians. And because of that, the ties are so great. And now, in terms of economic ties, trade and investment, it's also rising. And now it will seem as if our engagement with the UK is growing higher and higher. And I'm hoping that, in the coming years, it will deepen more.
You have, like I said earlier, you have occupied almost all the sensitive areas in Ghana politics, and now you're here. I speaking to you or listening to you, I get a feeling this is probably your favorite role. Would you say it is?
Oh, well, no, I wouldn't say it.
You wouldn't say it is?
No, I mean, it's part of my public service, all right?
Yeah.
It's an aspect of my public service that is unlike being an MP, being a minister, etc. Yes, this also gives you another perspective.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
yes.
Okay.
But I mean, I try to insert myself fully in whatever job I'm doing.
Yeah.
That's how I go.
We'll talk a bit more about work, but the focus on personality profile sometimes also is to get to understand a bit of your life journey. Whoa. And you have had a very colorful life. So let's get to the beginnings.
Look, I'll tell you, I mean, I say that I'm one of the most ordinary persons you ever come across. I mean, really. I was born in Sekindi, because 63 years ago, all right? I was, when it comes to my siblings, I'm one of the youngest, all right? And our parents...
How many siblings did you have?
Oh, I have about, let's see, about 13.
About 13?
Yes, we're all around. I'll be 11.
Oh.
Yes. So I'll be 11, and so we are the youngest of our parents.
Yeah.
Okay, but I dare say that in terms of upbringing, I mean, it was rather smooth.
Privileged? A bit privileged, you say?
Oh yeah, I would say looking back, because I mean,
what was your father into?
Oh, my father, both parents were entrepreneurs.
Okay.
All right. Yes. So I started school very, 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 very early.
Okay.
Very, very, very early, at the age of 2.
Oh.
Yes, I entered nursery. I mean, fortunately for me, I was one of the pioneers of Chapel Hill Preparatory School, the first preparatory school in
Sekindi,
in probably the Western region.
Oh.
Yes, and this was set up by parents, I mean friends, who decided that they needed to give their children a very good education. So, so when I started class 1, I was 4 years. Okay. I mean, my primary school, we lived in Sekindi, the school is in Takrady, so I never walked to school. I mean, because Sekindi to Takrady is about 6 miles.
Yeah.
Yes. I never went to school barefooted because, so then that's it. And then going to school, I got repeated in class 3.
Why?
Then my performance was not good enough, so my father said I should repeat. And because of that, he gave us a teacher, private teacher. So from
life must have been good then.
I would say so.
This is what?
I had a private teacher
over 50 years ago.
Oh yes. You are
having
talking
private
about
teachers.
Yes, 67. You're talking about.
You're the real Dadaba.
I wouldn't say. I had elder siblings. You know, I have elder siblings. My youngest nephew is 54. So
wow.
So then. Yeah, so
you know what I'll call you? The real post-colonial Dadaba.
Well, I don't look it. I don't act it.
Yes.
All right.
I see.
Grew up in a very, very strong Christian home where my father would ring the bell at 5 a.m. You know, I mean, we were many because they were relatives and what would servants and so. So we all get up at 5, have a prayer, etc., etc. It was until I completed Form 5 in 1974 that my father said, yes, now I believe that you are now mature, you don't need to attend the morning devotions, you do it on your own. So, a strong Christian upbringing, Methodist, and then that has influenced my life a lot.
Wow.
I just say,
What would you say is the most important lesson you learned growing up?
Look, in my home, I mean the home where I grew up, my parents always tell you that it's by the grace of God that you are where you are what you are. You must serve people. I mean, you must be concerned about others, particularly the less privileged. All right? Yes, and look, good name. My father will always say that good name is better than riches. And incidentally, my father was a Kwau. He came and settled in Second D in 1937. Okay, so advice, you don't spend money carelessly. You must appreciate the little that you have.
Yeah. Use
it wisely. Okay, so I mean, I guess these are in terms of my formative years.
How early did you think about being a lawyer? Was that a career you always wanted to take?
No, actually, because my father was an entrepreneur. I mean, those days, yes, it was business administration that we were interested in. I chose law. Well, because at that time, I felt that, okay, it looks to be a fanciful profession. So even after my results came, I attempted to change my course
from law
to business administration. 76. It didn't work out, and then here we are.
Did you tell your father about this?
No, I didn't tell my father about it. I didn't tell my father. I was going to change because, yes, I said, my father's an entrepreneur, business administration.
Yeah.
You deal with business to help you, Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, so that's how. So I attended a fancy film.
That's right.
Yes, 7 years, from 69 to 76. And of course, and you see, look, my mates will tell you that I was not really. I was among the last in our class. I mean, my years, yes.
Really?
I'll tell you, yes.
Academic performance?
Yes. Form 1, first term, 105. I was 101. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I was young. I went to Form 1 at the age of 11.
Hey.
So, I mean, okay, so.
There's a movie.
Oh, that's a man, my view cry. I remember, it was a time, mathematics. The mathematics exam, I think I must have been in Form 3. About 3 of my answer sheets got lost. Then I told the master, I showed it to you. You've misplaced my sheet and you give me the 35% or don't worry, I'm sure even if I found the sheet, it would not have made any difference. Then I said, no. How? So, I've been declared hopeless. No. So that was when I really decided that no, I have to set up.
No, but the reason
Yeah.
for the performance in school,
Yes.
I'm not sure it's because of your age. Was it because you were more interested in some extracurricular
No,
activities?
not really.
Are you sure?
I mean, yeah. I think I go to school when I went to Form 1. I was 11 years. I mean, I guess, I did not have that self-awareness and self-discipline. I mean, so you just enjoy yourself, going up and down and so forth. Yeah, engage in little mischief. So it was when after Form 3 that I really decided to, set up.
Yeah.
And in advance, those days, you are going to Form 4. So they will select. It's 4 classes. Normally, the best and brightest will be the science students. So they'll be doing additional maths, additional science. Yeah, so they will be A1. Then A2, they will be doing science, all right, without additional maths. Then the B1, they will be doing arts generally. Then the B2, they used to describe us as sampas. No. So I'm just telling you. I mean, so look. I mean, my class normally. I mean, the school we were full of mischief makers. Then we say that we are not serious. We don't know why our parents have brought us to school and so forth. Yeah. So just to tell you, and I look back, and I performed relatively well O level, and came to 6th form. All right, 6th form, yes. Came to 6th form, 74 academic year. And so, upper 6th, I was the best art student in the advanced paper for a generation. For 7 years, no one had an A in history. I had an A in history.
Wow.
And it was all because I decided at a point in time that, I had to sit up. So from Form 4, I was very, very, very serious student. Very, very, very serious student. I mean,
That's impressive.
Yeah, so
Went on to go to law school.
That's it. That's why I was the best at school. Yeah. Yes, that's it.
So after the call to the bar, where did you work?
I went to secretary. When you are young, you have role models. I looked at some fairly senior lawyers in Takrady. Yes, we see them. Their houses in their Benz cars and so on. Yeah, I want to be like some of them. And then so I went back to secondary 1981. I was called to the bar in November 1981. I was 23 then. Okay, so went to Takrady, did my national service at Takrady Polytechnic, and at the same time I was working with the late Charles Menskan. He used to be the Omahin of Ekus, yes, and I'm brother fourth. Whilst I was at the same time teaching, so I was doing that concurrently.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I was appointed a solicitor for the Secretary Takrady City Council then. I was young, but the local boy, so I was the external solicitor. So I was doing 3 jobs there. Wow. I was teaching, I was external solicitor for City Council, and then I was also practicing as a lawyer.
Wow.
And I got married January 1984.
At what age?
25.
At 25? 2 years after completing?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. I mean, I completed 81, 84, because I was then, and I got involved in the church, Methodist Church Secondary.
When did you meet your wife?
Oh, my wife, I met her in Takrady.
Okay, not in the school?
No. So, I was a local preacher. The Methodist Church, I was a leader, young leader, So I got married. And of course, had had my first child in the first year, and I had my last child at the age of 29. So, wow. I have 3 children, a daughter, 2 sons.
You didn't follow your father?
No. I know. I had sort of also decided on my trajectory in life. You see, I said no. I mean, just I have to have all my children by the age of 30. I don't have too many children. I said we'll have only 2 children and so forth. That's how. Okay. And so, yes, then I was a young lawyer, you know. Yeah, I got involved, you know. It was in 1981, December, just about a month after I'd gotten qualified, that there was this 31st December revolution then, you know. So as young lawyers, you know, Kenita Brady, sort of the guys who were always contesting rallies, sort of, you know. And then it led to this. So when politics, 92, you know.
So would you say the 1981 revolution was the beginning of your political interest?
Not really. I mean, in our time in the university, I would say that we were sort of anti-establishment. I mean, we saw ourselves as those, the group that has to, you know, fight for the nation, you know, so a champion agitation, and then came 79 revolution, and then uprising, and then the 31st December. Yes, and at that time, we were lawyers. I mean, the lawyers at that time, we were the champions of, you know, the liberty of Ghanaians and so forth. So it was from that background. All right, so we would always move against, you know, Rawlings. So I remember at the time, must have been 1985. It was in the early stages of the revolution. They hounded lawyers out of Sekenita Brady, you know, because they felt that they were anti-revolutionaries, you know. Some left the country. Some left the country. Some went to Nigeria. Some came to the UK.
And what did you do?
Oh, I went to hide in Accra. I was a young man. I was a young lawyer. So I went to hide in Accra for a few months. You know, because I was arrested. I was using a Peugeot 404 at that time. I don't think you've ever seen it. So...
But they didn't put you in jail?
No, I didn't even go to court. I pleaded guilty in writing. A friend of mine, I wrote a letter, it was permitted, I pleaded, it's a misdemeanor, so I pleaded guilty, you know, in writing. And
you paid a fine?
Yeah, the fine was paid on my behalf.
Okay.
And so, you know, it was those times, agitation and so forth. So, I mean, some of us were known as young people who were fighting dictatorship. Then, come 1992, when partisan political activity started, then I was strongly persuaded to become the parliamentary candidate of the NPP 92.
Who persuaded you?
Oh, a lot of people. They said, you are a lawyer, young man, you'll be championing the cause of democracy. Now, the ban of political activity is being lifted, you should be involved. I said, no, I'm not interested, you know.
But even before that, you were instrumental in setting up the NPP.
Yes, I mean, the NPP in Western region, yes. Particularly in the Western region, yes. Who were the doctors?
Who were you?
Mr. Stephen Kreku, the late Stephen Kreku, Dr. J. Addison, there was one, Mr. Emisa, Emisa, And in terms of the NPP in the Western region, particularly in Sekedi Takrady, if you look at the political history there came a time, Banasco, Action Congress Party. They were very, 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 very strong. Yes, during the time of Lima, and the PFP. So, Action Congress Party was in charge of Sekedi Takrady, Shama, and so on and so forth. So, the NPP in Sekedi Takrady in particular, right, it was formed with the core people being Action Congress Party. But those who were the people who were financing and getting it set up, yes, Dr. G. Edison, Stephen Greku, Mr. Emisa, and others, Ahin, etc., etc. Yeah. So I mean, they're big men. If you called, the late Dr. Edison even went and saw my father.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, because he was my father's very, very good friend. Young man, your son, he said they want a representative in Sekedi. He said he's been approached, he's not interested. Persuade, he said, no. He's a small boy, the man is a lawyer, leave him alone, this topsy-turvy. But eventually...
What was the deal breaker for you?
Oh, actually, at the time I entered politics, my parents were not in Ghana. They had traveled to the UK on holiday. That was when I filed to contest as a candidate in Sekedi. And I'm sure if my parents were there...
They wouldn't have allowed you to?
I wouldn't have done it.
Oh, okay.
And then we boycotted. The election in 92.
Yes.
We had the presidential election before the parliamentary election. So after the presidential election, we said that the election had been rigged. So we did not participate in the parliamentary election.
Yeah.
And even there I said, okay, this one, persuading me because you said you didn't have a candidate. Now that the elections are over, I'm sure you will get a candidate. Okay. Then it got to 96. It said, we still haven't got a candidate, so you have to continue. So I said, okay. Then I'll go this time.
Yeah.
Yes. Then we entered Parliament, and then
and you stayed on to become the member of Parliament for what, 20 years?
Yes, 20 years. And,
wow.
20 years. And when I went to Parliament, I was, in terms of the NPP parliamentary group, I was rather young. You have very experienced people like the president and Hakman Osman and Saf Mafu and the J.H. Mensah, Mrs. Asma, But
it wasn't long before they made you majority leader.
No, we were in opposition.
That was not in 1990.
That was 1997. 97 to 2000. I was the minority spokesperson on information.
Okay.
So I was sort of the spokesperson for the parliamentary group. I'll be writing press releases, etc. Then we came into government. I was made deputy majority leader with J.H. Mensah as the leader. At that time, J.H. Mensah was a rather senior person. So I guess I was made the deputy because they felt that then I could serve as a bridge between the old and the young. So that's how come. Yes. That was when we came into government 2001.
Yes.
All right. That's when I became the deputy. And then, I don't know whether you recall, there was this Malam Isha issue. Malam Isha was the deputy, I was the minister for sports, he got involved in something, he was tried and convicted. And there was a vacancy for a long while. So I was deputy to JH and Deputy Minister for Government Business. So President Kufuor just called me one day and said, "Oh, look, you are going to be the Minister for Youth and Sports to replace Malamisa." So the Ministry of Youth and Sports, people saw it then as a very controversial ministry, and trade interest. So that was in, I guess, in June. It was in June 2001 that I became the Minister for Youth and Sports. Then in October, when Parliament resumed, I was made the majority leader Minister for Parliamentary Affairs.
Yes. Okay.
You can imagine in those days.
Before we even get to the ministries, but I wanted to find out for you your proudest achievement as Member of Parliament for Second Lead.
In fact, I would let posterity judge that. That's for me.
You don't look back and see something you did.
I don't look back and see anything. So, but I just guess that I believe I did my bit. I served diligently. That one, yes. No, positions never go to my head. That was something that I would say. And I pride myself in saying that probably I'm an ordinary person. That's
so,
it. But when it comes to secondly, you look at our history, the challenges that we face, infrastructure, etc. During our time, we did a bit. There was this road, a Sipun to Sekendi. It was impassable. It was during my time, particularly the first term of President Kufuor, that they started to do was reconstructed. Yes, and then we got this Sipon Stadium for the 2008. We lobbied for it to be there instead of it was going to Campus anyway. It was.
So, Minister of Justice, Youth and Sports, Parliamentary Affairs, Interior,
I've been around.
Science and Sports.
Education, Science
and Sports.
Yes.
Ministry of Trade and Industry.
Yes.
Private sector development.
Yes. I went around a lot.
Presidential special initiatives. So, really, how are you able to handle all these different sectors? What is it?
I don't know, because and I must say this. President Kufuor reposed a lot of confidence in me. I probably he saw something in me that I didn't see myself. So I happen to have been moved around, But I just say that when you are given a schedule, just focus and do it. Without much fanfare. I'm sure that's how come some people, they gave me the name the Quiet Animal, because I try and do my things without much noise. Much talk. Just
get the job
done. That's all.
What are the things one needs to excel in, in this kind of leadership?
Oh, no. I would say that I believe that modesty is very, very key.
Modesty?
Yes, modesty, and encouraging people who work with you to give up their best, because they know that you're willing to learn from them. Okay, you don't go into a position that you know everything and so forth. No, they will just sit back and look at you. So I try and encourage everybody and work with those. Show me, how do you do this? Okay, and then I believe that you must be sincere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Modesty and sincerity.
Integrity. That's it.
Anyway, so you resigned in 2007 to contest the flag.
Oh, yeah. I look back. It was an interesting time, but
if all had gone well, you'd be president of Ghana.
Yeah, at that time, no. I've always been an idealist. And I don't think I've lost my idealism, but it's been tampered with a sort of realism a bit. But in those days, no, I felt that, I look back, I was just 49 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2007. I said, wow. Oh, but then those days, no.
What gave you that energy to say, look, I can do this. I want to do this.
Okay,
was it out of opportunity or?
No. Of course, I mean, I've been in government, gotten to know the system, how it works, handled some ministries. And of course, I was also relatively youthful.
Right.
Vibrant. Okay, so I was clear in my mind that at that time, that it was the time for a new generation to take over the leadership of our party and the country.
Yeah.
And that's what motivated me.
How did you feel when you didn't make it?
Oh, I was disappointed naturally. But
did you give up on that dream?
No, I never gave up on that dream, but thereafter I just said, look, if the president is going, I mean, he was hugely popular, right from after 2008. There was no point in getting into any contest.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
And now that he's almost done with his tenure,
well, I just...
Do you see the opportunity to now revive those?
With coming years, I've come to the conclusion that, well, it's not everyone who may be cut out to be president. I mean, timing is one, all right? It may be your time, it may not be your time.
Yeah.
After all these years, I've come to say, I said, look, I'm 63 years old.
Yeah.
That's how I see it. 63 now. In 3 years, I'll be 66. When President before became the president, he was just about 60 or 61. Yeah, so I kind of lost a bit of energy. And of course, I mean, one of the biggest lessons to that I learned in 2007 was that, look, you need to generate a lot of resources, money, before you can meaningfully compete.
If it's about age, you're still in good standing because the president is way older than you.
Oh, but I would say that as for
you're trying to give excuses, of course. For starters, you mentioned the age bit.
Yeah.
And if you're 63 now, like I'm saying, you're in good standing. I mean, because the president is what, 70?
And I'm saying that, I'm saying that, you see, I see the president as exceptional. I mean,
in a nutshell, are you saying that you don't have the presidential ambitions again?
Oh, in really, not now. Not now. If presently, as I sit here, not now.
Okay, but tomorrow it will change.
Oh, in politics you never say never.
Yeah.
That's less.
Because I mean, somebody would argue that you have a wealth of knowledge. You understand Ghana politics. You've been in the administrative setup thick enough to understand what Ghanaians need.
I mean,
and Nana Dadanko, who is a very good friend, has done a lot. I mean, his time is over now. Someone would think that you're in pole position to take this slot.
I will tell you, as I've told you, I said that, look, one of the biggest lessons that I learned from 2007 is that for the presidential campaign, it requires substantial resources. And in terms of politics, the first port of call for resources will be the candidate themselves. and close friends and relatives. That will be the first call. So if you are backing on something, all right, you then anticipate, look, I may need so much. For the first few months, I have to gather resources from my friends and my relatives. Can I raise it? And I'll tell you
respectfully.
that. And let me tell you, because when I contested, I nearly, I mean, had it not been for my wife and my daughter in particular, I would have sold my house. Yes. I mean, yes. I mean, and I was convinced that, look, if I raise the necessary resources, I could make it. And so I say that, so you go in, you must, and for me, that is a limited factor.
Okay, that's fair enough. But what I'm trying to let you understand, before you get to that limiting factor, I think what Ghanaians would look out for is the persona of the person. They don't look at the person's bank account for starters.
But you know, Lexus Bill, I saw you last Saturday. You're in a custom-made suit
by Jones and Woolman.
Well, you may not have paid for it, but it was part of the sponsorship, and it made up your persona. That's how people are said. So if you tell me that people will look at your bank account, they'll look at you, and you have to convey your message. And you know, these days, I mean, when it comes to publicity, etc., etc. And I must say that, well, you may know better than me, but in these days, it takes the politics in Ghana.
You need a bit of that. I think at this point I would want to. I think at this point I would want to consult for you, because you are trying to convince yourself that it's not time to be president. But I am seeing a little beyond that, so don't worry. I think it's a project I'm going to take up.
No one. I mean, it's not only being president that will be the way to serve your country. I'm serving as High Commissioner. I've been Member of Parliament. I've been Minister. You know, I'm now serving.
But if all was right, would you want to be president?
You know, I don't believe it's speculation. You know, what do you mean by all is right?
But you mentioned limiting factors. Barring the limiting factors, would you want to be president?
Beggars who ride. Barring limiting factors, if wishes were horses, beggars who rise. I would not say that, you know, 14 years ago, I was vying to be the presidential candidate of the NPP. 14 years ago. As people would say, those days, our vim levels were very high. So as you could, but I must say that it was an eye-opener. I learned a lot of lessons from that. And I mean, in life, in politics, you always learn lessons. You know, not all of us. The passion, you know, the drive and support. I think these days, as you grow,
it wanes.
Your perspectives change a bit. Your perspectives change a bit.
How do you think Nana Addo has performed in his 2 terms?
I believe that he has performed very well. Of course, I mean, not every expectation may be met, you know. But I mean, the president I've known, he's a person with a vision, you know, and he speaks with passion and conviction. That's why when he comes here and he gives a lecture or something, some of my colleagues say that they want copies of the speech. Yes. I mean, when we had the Commonwealth of Government meeting, he was selected to propose the toast to Her Majesty the Queen.
Wow.
You know, and the president inspires. Yes, I mean, it's been like that. I'm not saying that when you want to say that, the president is exceptional. I mean, he started this journey, this activism long ago, as far back as 79. So it's been work in progress. Work in progress.
With regards to governance, though, if you were in his shoes, was there something you would do differently?
Oh, I'm not in his shoes. I don't want to speculate. But everyone has their own perspectives. All right? Everyone has their own perspectives. And the times are different.
Okay.
The dynamics are different. Things that one could do 10 years ago, or things that one could do probably 5 years from now, you can't do today.
I know you don't like to speculate.
Yes.
But if I was to ask you who you would want to lead the party, your party, after Nanado is done with his term, who would you suggest?
Oh, look, names have come up. I believe that, all of them are very capable.
Like which names?
Oh, I mean, the name, people have mentioned the vice president. I mean, people have mentioned Alan Chamantin, my junior brother, Joe Gatti, is interested. My mate, Boache Jakum, says he's interested. Kudu, Minister for Agriculture. Okay? And I'm sure even Dr. Kofi Konedu, Apragu, Adai Mo, they won't be up to 17, our record. But I'm sure.
give me your top 3 out of the pig, though. Your top 3.
Oh, but really?
Yes.
Oh, I know. It will be premature on my part now to say, give me, to list. But, I mean, Konedu Apraku has been in this game for quite a number of times, okay? Boache Jaku was with me. Yes, the field, the beauty queen, the 17 beauties. All right? Yeah, Joe Gatti was involved the last time,
Okay.
Yeah, the Baumia is the vice president. Alan,
What is the biggest lesson politics in general has taught you?
Look, I would say that in politics, you see the worst of human nature. You see the worst of human nature. And politics, those involved are neither angels nor saints. So try and see the good side of people you relate with. Don't forget that they have their negatives. So in doing that, bearing that in mind, you will then know how to deal with individuals and situations in a way that will bring out the best in everybody.
If you have to do it all over again, what will you not do?
That's it. If that would also be speculation. I mean, I've learned lessons, yes. I've learned lessons. I mean, when I started out as a young lawyer, I was always, and a young politician, I was always expressing my views. I express it. And a bit dismissive of others too, thinking that my views are the best. Now, I listen more. And then realize that, look, it's not what you see to be the best to do at every time that may be seen to be the best by others. So you bear that in mind and try to be more persuasive. So politics has taught me tolerance, patience.
Okay.
Yes.
What is your greatest fear?
My greatest fear in respect of what?
Life, general.
Or if you say my greatest fear is to die and not go to heaven. I'll tell you, yes. Yeah. But however, I mean, I don't, look, as much as possible, I would say that another lesson too I've learned in terms of nation building is that don't look at what others are doing. In a way that prevents you from doing what you believe is right. Do what is right at all times, at all circumstances, and try to make a difference. That is it. I mean, that's all you can do in this world.
What would you like to be remembered for?
I would like to be remembered as a Ghanaian who served his country and his people with integrity, with honesty, with empathy. Period. That's all I will ask for. Nothing more, nothing less. I wouldn't want to be remembered as someone who made so much money. I don't think it's worthwhile. No, I think, look, it's our lives should inspire others. That's all. Yes, Lexus, let your life positively inspire others. I told you before we started this that, I've led an ordinary life. Yes, but I would say relatively privileged. My parents helped me a lot. I mean, I tell you, so I see what I am. It's not extraordinary. I think it's even below average. Others have come from more challenging backgrounds. But I just say that, yes, I've had opportunity to serve. I mean, you've been honored by your constituents 5 times to serve as a member of parliament. You've been entrusted with positions of authority. A lot of our people need help. I mean, look, I would want us to selflessly serve our country. That's all.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Great spending time with you, Your Excellency.
Right.
I mean, this has been really good, and I'm happy you made time to spend time with us here on Joy FM.
Thank you, Lexus, yes. And I'm happy you came to my office. You know, I'm also media shy, so when it comes to granting nephews and so forth, I always find excuses to come out of it.
I'm really honored
it's
that
a
this
pleasure.
time
It's a pleasure.
yes,
You are doing well. I mean,